As you may or may not know, I have a mental health condition called depersonalisation or derealisation or DPD or DPRD or chronic dissociation. It is the third most common mental health symptom after feelings of depression and anxiety. And it sucks. It basically means that I feel like I am dreaming all the time. It's hard to describe. I did once make an in-depth video more about the symptoms, if you want to wrap your head around more what it's like. It's just like someone has left a cable unplugged in the TV of my mind. Something is not right. It feels like I can't see anything enough. Like I can't open my eyes wide enough to take it all in. Like I'm not really here. Sometimes I'm like, my friends aren't real. My life isn't real. I'm in the Matrix. If I really just let it take over me, like I stare off, it's almost like I sink into my subconscious and I'm like half asleep. Or when I close my eyes, I can't really like solidly remember where exactly I am. I can't describe it really. It just feels like nothing is really here. It feels like on the spectrum of being alive and dead, the edge of frame is being alive. Edge of frame is being alive and present, and this edge is being dead. Just so dead. Being asleep is probably somewhere here, right? Being under anesthetic is probably somewhere here. I might have got this wrong. So if it's like alive, asleep, anesthetic, I would say I'm like here. I feel like in between alive and asleep, I'm like, I'd say like here. I've made that so complicated. I just feel like 70% alive. So for some people it causes panic attacks and anxiety whenever they feel it creeping on. For some people it is a relief from panic attacks and anxiety because the dissociation settles in and it's like a cushion. I think that's what it's meant to be there for. It's also very common in people who experience dysphoria or maybe even eating disorders. It can also, like many mental health symptoms, be the cause of other things. For example, for me, depression started from my depersonalization. I've had depersonalization for about 8 years now, we think as a result of complex trauma, and I haven't had any relief from it. Actually, I probably had about 3 like flashes of a memory of what it used to be like, but then I immediately feel angry and upset because it just is incredibly different to how life used to feel. People ask, how have you coped? Have you found anything that's helped? And with regards to the actual symptoms, no, I haven't found anything to give them relief or take them away. Aside from feeling safe and looking after myself, it's more that they don't bother me as much. So like for example, when I'm like traveling or experiencing a lot happening, then I feel like I notice it more because I'm trying to like get involved in my life, and the depersonalization is like, hold up. It feels like I've put a limiter on the logic file of my life. Like the highs and lows used to be like, and now there's just like a bar here and it goes, and it's always there. I think people forget this. I feel like sometimes it's obvious if I like space out and everyone's like, you're feeling spacey, and I'm like, yes, I always feel spacey, but right now I'm indulging in it. I liken it to having like a pain in your arm. Like you can forget about it and do other things, but it's still always there. Like you're always aware of it being there. Now, I wanted to talk about the COVID world and why I feel like this feeling that we're having right now is very familiar. So when COVID was around, I, and I'm sure you were too, was like, wow, this will all be over so soon. There was that Evan Hansen meme of end of May or early June. Then it was like early June. Then it was forever. And then it was like, wow, this is long. I can't wait until the moment I see my friends again. Everyone was talking about this being the new normal. And I was like, surely not. There'll be one definitive moment where everyone goes, ah, it's over. And we'll all jump on each other and breathe into each other's mouths again. And now, it's like, I can see some of my friends at a distance, rarely, and I can't hug them. I can still go outside and visit places and walk around, but they have to be close by, and I can't travel or visit beautiful places or go visit my other friends. I can still play live music, but it's online and by myself in a room without my band or real human connection. So I can still technically do all these things, but it's just not as good. And it's fine. It's fine. And it feels familiar because it feels like getting depersonalization. I can still technically do quite a lot of the things I did before, but just at like a lesser percentage. It feels like the highs of being alive have been shrunk. I'm going to show you another hand graph, BRB. Here are the highs and lows of life before COVID. Here are the highs and lows of life after COVID. Similar with depersonalization. Here are the highs and lows of my life. Here are the highs and lows of my life before getting depersonalization. Here are the highs and lows of my life. You can't see this hand. After depersonalization. And it's okay. It's okay. Because it has to be. Now look, I obviously get depressed about it, but I could sink a lot more if I let myself, and if I didn't have the built up years worth of tools and brain patterns from having this feeling before and looking for gratitude to support myself when I feel myself slipping into depression. I feel really bad for the people who haven't. It feels silly to practice gratitude extra hard in this time when things are worse, but that's just how we're going to get through this. Stay safe and enjoy what you can. Take what you can get. I always feel really grateful when people who experience depersonalization comment on my stuff, because it makes me feel like it's a community rather than a shit thing I have to live alone with. So I want to say hi, and we got this. And though it feels like giving up or giving in to stop fighting to be cured, it is an answer to feel a little more settled. And trust me, I get it. I have been on medication. I have gone through the NHS system. I've called so many doctors, so many places, taken supplements, researched anything I can find, had my brain electromagnetically zapped. I've been hypnotized. I've tried the EMDR. I've tried so many things. And I'm still looking for new papers and new answers all the damn time. But while I wait for maybe something to change, I'll just try and enjoy this, because it's all I have right now. Right, I'm nearly done. I'll show you the letter in a second. To be honest, most of you have got it by now. Why does that look terrible? La 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 la. Do 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 do. Okay, bye. Bye.